During the rule of the first Roman Emperor Augustus, his general, the future Emperor Tiberius, conquered Germany from the Rhine to the Elbe by 7 BC. Having conquered all the regions of Germany, without any loss to the troops entrusted to him, he finally brought Germany under final control, almost reducing it to a taxed province. In the 5 year the Imperial Province of Germany was founded, about the political organization of which little is known. In the summer, the Romans made expeditions into the area inhabited by the Germanic tribes to deal with court cases, which were conducted by Roman lawyers under Roman law. The plan was to enumerate the population, tax it, and organize the conscription of Germans into the Roman army, as was done throughout the empire. In 9 years, a revolt broke out in Germany, prepared and led by Arminius, the 25-year-old son of Sigimer, leader of the Cheruscans. Arminius had served in the Roman army, commanding a detachment of Germans, and had earned Roman citizenship. Arminius's warriors, having fallen behind Varus, overran individual Roman detachments before catching up with the Roman army on the march, which was slow because of the supplies. It is not known exactly how many Roman soldiers were in Varus' marching column. Velle Paterculus reported the loss of 3 legions, 6 cohorts and 3 mounted detachments. The Battle of Teutoburg Forest took place in September 9th year. The Germans chose a good moment to attack when the Romans were not expecting it, and heavy rain increased the confusion in the column. Individual units of the army became even more separated from one another as a result of the heavy rain. The Germans began by bombarding the Romans from the forest, then attacked closely. The Roman column found itself in the middle of the woods, where it was impossible to keep a close combat formation. In addition, the torrential rain resumed again. The Romans had drenched shields and bows, and the mud made it impossible for their convoys and their soldiers in heavy armor to advance while the Germans with their light armor were moving quickly. The Romans tried to build a defensive rampart and moat. The number of attackers increased as new warriors joined the Cheruscans, learning of the plight of the Roman army and hoping for loot. The wounded Quintilius Var and his officers decided to stab themselves so as not to suffer the shame of captivity. After this the resistance ceased. The demoralized soldiers dropped their weapons and died with little defense. Estimates of Roman casualties are based on the number of Quintilius Varus units ambushed and vary widely. Between 18,000 and 25,000 Roman soldiers are thought to have been killed. The result of this defeat was that the empire, which was not held back by the ocean coast, was stopped on the banks of the Rhine River. Since the empire's legions, weakened by the 3-year Pannonian and Dalmatian War, were in Dalmatia, at a distance from Germany, there was a serious threat of Germanic invasion of Gaul. Fears arose of a Germanic movement into Italy like the invasion of the Cimmerians and Teutons. In Rome, Emperor Octavian Augustus hastily assembled a fresh army, ensuring the conscription by executions of evasive citizens. Suetonius in his biography of Augustus vividly conveyed the emperor's despair. He was so crushed that for months on end he did not cut his hair or beard, and more than once banged his head against the doorpost, exclaiming, "Quintilius Varus, bring back the legions." Nevertheless, Germany was forever lost to the Roman Empire. The Roman provinces of Lower and Upper Germany adjoined the left bank of the Rhine and were in Gaul, and the population there was rapidly Romanized. The Roman Empire no longer attempted to seize and hold the territories beyond the Rhine. So, what would have happened if Var had not been so recklessly ambushed? Perhaps the Germans would have gradually merged with the empire, lost their warlike fervor and turned into a simple province like Gaul. And Rome would never have been threatened in this area, which means that the Roman Western Empire might not have fallen.